6:30 a.m. This is another episode of McLane Tales. Going to be a put together story, but this is just a series of average events, we'll say. Okay, that's better. I went out with a driver. It was Friday of not last Friday, but the Friday before that. I like him as a person. He's, how do I describe him? He's like a courteous, hardworking, stand-up fellow. He's from, I don't know, he's from somewhere that speaks Creole, or he was raised speaking Creole, one of those. He has a heavy accent. Going on routes with him, and he seemed like a good person to work with, and he was. But two separate times, we were on the way back, and he I don't know. He was talking about how he would drive, how people didn't like his driving, and he was like, he wanted us to be a team. He was like all about like teamwork, and he was just saying like how he was getting people who would like not do well on the job, like dropping stuff and just stuff that probably like anybody who was new there would be doing. This was always like at the end of the day. It would be like in the like early hours of the morning. Just start like driving like into the other lane. And like I couldn't tell if he was doing it on purpose, or like if he was so tired that he like couldn't handle being in one lane. Cause like I've had moments where like I was so tired that I like zoning out, I guess, or like wanted to close my eyes so bad, but I was like forcing them open, keep like forcing them to stay open, but never to the point where I was like consistently just like swerving, not like hard swerving, but like, you know what I mean. And like I would tell him, I'd be like, look, if you need to pull over for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's okay. So the last time that I drove with him, he did that. He like pulled over and he was like, yeah, just wake me up in like a little bit. And he had already been like, he was like eating food to stay awake, and like he like leaned his chair forward. He was like putting water on his face, and he kept saying that. I was like, look, just get us home, like get us back, like we'll like just as long as you're safe. And he's always like, yeah. Like I have a daughter that like I'm supporting, like I'm gonna be safe. But then like we're almost back and he ran over a curb, and I was like, and then he was like explaining to me what happened. Didn't take the turn wide enough. Maybe he was in a better mind state, that maybe he was more capable than I thought. And like I'm sure he's been driving for years, like 10 years at least. But I just told him he's falling asleep and I don't want to be in that situation. And thankfully, like, the company will let, like, if you don't want to work with someone, then they, like, have zero problem with um, changing your driver, and it goes vice versa with them. So I went out with another guy today. The driver I'm talking about, he called me on the way out, and he was like, "Are you?" He was like, "Are you not coming in?" And I just told him what happened, and he's like, "Okay, I have to find another driver or another person." But the guy I went out with today, he was good. He was like more has a good pace, a cool, interactive dude. With someone like talking about being on the same route, and I was like, "Hey man, like if you stay in the lane at least 40% of the time," I was like that would be great. And he just laughed. So then we were talking about how drivers will like meet women that work at Wawa, and he was saying, and like I've heard this before, that like people would like link up, um, and like they're kind of not supposed to do that. Like they change routes, I guess once a year. They have two bids a year, but like part of the reason for that is so that guys don't like form these relationships with the employees. And like I've heard that like guys have like gotten women like pregnant, and like I realize that I'm saying the word like and but yeah every other sentence. So I think that's part of learning how to speak in front of a camera. And he was saying that like drivers have like met an employee, and then like left their wife and like started another life with this person who they met on the job. And I'm just like, it's wild. And he's like, not really. He's like love finds a way. Like, yeah, we'll go with that. Crazy, man. It's all part of the world. Thanks for stopping.